For a neurodivergent mind, high-density environments are not just busy, they are loud. The brain processes every fluorescent flicker, every overlapping conversation, and every sudden movement at the same priority level simultaneously. Within that sensory wall are the unspoken social rules. You are constantly parsing the weight of eye contact, the subtle shifts in group circles, and the specific intent behind a colleague's polite exclusion. Navigating this requires masking, the manual, conscious effort to mirror neurotypical expectations. It is a continuous background process, like running a heavy application that consumes every available bit of RAM. By the end of the day, this cognitive load exhausts your sensory bandwidth. It leaves you in a state where even minor decisions feel like significant obstacles. This depletion is not a failure of character, it is an energy drain problem. When the environmental input exceeds your processing capacity, the system naturally signals for a shutdown. Traditional advice suggests that resilience means becoming a lean, mean fighting machine. It assumes that if you just toughen up and assimilate to the pressure, the environment will stop being a drain. For an unconventional mind, forced assimilation is a direct path to burnout. You cannot override your neurological baseline through sheer willpower without damaging the system. Real resilience is structural. It's not about changing your nature to fit the room. It's about building clear architectures to protect your energy from external noise. Consider a common professional scenario. You pitch a creative solution and a peer dismisses it as too unrealistic before you can finish. The immediate reaction is an emotional spiral. You might feel the need to over-explain your logic or internalize the dismissiveness as a verdict on your actual competence. This is the cognitive pivot. You redirect your natural pattern recognition toward the social dynamic itself. Mapping these interactions over time reveals the pattern. A peer's dismissiveness is rarely a unique event. It is a predictable behavior repeating across different contexts. Recognizing this pattern neutralizes the initial sting. The insult loses its weight and becomes a harmless data point that you can now account for without an emotional reaction. This shift is the essence of thick face, the conscious application of emotional armor and face neutrality. When criticism hits, you absorb it without the urge to apologize or over-explain. You allow the misunderstanding to exist without letting it penetrate your internal calm. Thick face functions as a selective filter. It allows you to stay focused on your long-term goals while letting external social friction hit the armor and drop away. While thick face protects your internal state, black heart manages your external boundaries. It is the capacity to make hard, strategic decisions about where your energy goes. This looks like politely but firmly declining an unpaid, energy-draining commitment that simply does not align with your core priorities. The challenge is the internal gatekeeping. You must execute these boundaries while actively refusing to internalize the self-sabotaging guilt that often comes with saying no. Black Heart ensures that your deep work and mission-critical objectives take precedence over the temporary comfort of other people. These concepts must work together. If you use thick face without Black Heart, you become a shock absorber. You take on endless criticism and demands without reacting, until the sheer volume of external pressure causes you to fracture. If you use Black Heart without thick face, you become overly defensive. You sever every incoming and outgoing link, which leads to total social and professional isolation. The synergy happens when you balance detachment with boundaries. You create a semi-permeable system that selectively filters for quality while deflecting bulk volume. Mastering this dual approach creates a sustainable energy economy, allowing an unconventional mind to thrive without constant depletion. This leads to the wombat principle. A wombat isn't built for speed or aggression. It has a thick, cartilage-reinforced backside that it uses to block the entrance to its burrow. It doesn't need to change its nature to survive. It simply uses its inherent density as a structural defense. Like the wombat, you move through the same chaotic world from the beginning of this story, but you are no longer reacting to it. You are moving with a quiet, unshakable calm. For unconventional minds, power is a byproduct of high-definition boundaries. You succeed by refusing to negotiate away the structural integrity of your internal calm.